You ever have one of those moments where the world just sort of stops and all you can hear is your own heartbeat, loud as a drum in your ears? Yeah, that was me, sitting by my mom's hospital bed, the machines humming, the air cold enough to make my hands ache. My mom, Venus, she hadn't woken up since the accident. I was squeezing her hand so tight I thought I'd break it, whispering, "Mom, please wake up. I need you." Nothing. Just the sound of those machines and my own sniffles. Knock on the door startled me. Mrs. Nora, our landlady, came in, bless her heart, asking if I'd eaten. Of course I hadn't. I wasn't about to leave my mom alone, and honestly, I was scared to go back home without her. She sat with me a while, and you could see she was worried, but when you're a kid with bills piling up and no dad in sight, what can you do? I asked her if she knew where I could make a little money. She tried to talk me out of it, saying I was too young, but I was desperate, you know? Then she remembered this music audition, big contest, and the prize is enough to make a difference. She said I had a good voice, that maybe I should give it a shot. I didn't really believe her, but what else could I do? So the next day, I marched myself over to Harper Music Studios, looking like a lost puppy in a sea of fancy kids and flashing cameras. I told them I wanted to audition. When I asked my name, Kyle Anderson, they all got this weird look like I just dropped a bomb. But they let me in. Sitting in the waiting area, I felt like an imposter. Everyone else had their moms, their fancy outfits, you name it. But all I had was this hope that maybe, just maybe, I could do something for my mom. When it was finally my turn, I walked into a room with 3 judges and one guy I recognized right away, Zane Anderson, the studio owner, my idol since forever. He stared at me, really stared, asked if Anderson was really my last name. "Yes, sir," I said, trying not to shake. He told me to start. No music, just me. I sang the Saw Me Mom song. And Zane, he went pale. I saw it. The judges clapped, said I was incredible, but he looked like he'd seen a ghost. He asked about the song, how I knew it. See, my mom wrote it for someone a long time ago. Turns out that someone was him. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Turns out Zane Anderson is my dad. He didn't know, not until that day, when he heard the song. I saw tears in his eyes, and I couldn't believe it. "Why didn't you find us?" I asked. "Why'd you leave?" He hugged me so tight, I thought I'd burst. If I'd known, I never would have left. I never would have let you two suffer. I wanted to be mad, but he looked so lost, so sorry. All I could do was cry with him. But my mom was still in the hospital. I told him everything, how she'd pushed me out of the way and got hit by a drunk driver. Zane came with me to see her, and I watched this tough, famous man turn into a puddle, just holding her hand, whispering, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." For days, he barely left her side. We started spending time together, him teaching me new songs, calling me son like he'd always wanted to. One night, my mom finally woke up. Zane cried like a baby, no shame, just love pouring out of him. When she realized who was sitting next to her, they just stared at each other. I thought maybe they'd start yelling, but instead, they just held hands, apologizing for things neither of them could change. She told him she never wanted to hold him back from his dream, that she kept quiet about the pregnancy so he could go to America and chase music. He said she was the reason he ever dreamed it all. Things moved fast after that. Zane announced to the whole studio that I was his. Some people were shocked, but nobody seemed mad. He even told everyone Venus was his wife, right there in front of all his staff. We became a family overnight, or at least it felt that way. Turns out, Zane's parents had passed away years ago. He'd been alone a long time, chasing dreams and collecting awards, but never feeling at home. Now suddenly he had us. And you know what? People forgave each other. My mom forgave her parents for turning their backs when she was pregnant and scared they showed up at our house after seeing us on TV. There were tears and hugs and a lot of "I'm sorry." You could feel something healing right there in our living room. But it wasn't all drama and tears. There were laughs, too, like when my mom got pregnant again with twins. Zane went full-on protective dad mode, wouldn't let her do anything. One time, she was frying eggs, and he dragged her away from the stove like it was a crime scene. She teased him, calling herself a queen, and he said she deserved to be treated like one. Fast forward to the day she went into labor. Zane totally lost it, forgot the hospital bag, tried to drive in reverse, the whole 9 yards. Me and Mom couldn't stop laughing, even though she was literally having contractions. In the hospital, I prayed as hard as I could. And then 2 new babies, a boy and a girl. Zane cried, Mom cried, even I cried. Our family just kept growing, you know? There were plenty of happy moments after Thatme's first performance on national TV, birthday surprises, Zane proposing to Mom in front of all our friends, and the wedding where he almost fainted from nerves. Our house was finally filled with laughter, pictures on the wall, the smell of my mom's cooking, and a sense that maybe, just maybe, we'd found home. It's funny sometimes people think being strong means never falling apart, never needing anyone. But the strongest thing my parents ever did was let themselves be vulnerable. They forgave, they apologized, they tried again. My dad says love isn't just a word, it's a promise to stay. I believe him now, because no matter how broken things get, there's always room for forgiveness, for starting over. And if you ask me, that's what family's supposed to be. Not perfect, never perfect, just real and stubborn enough to try again, even after you've hurt each other or lost your way. That's our story, and honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. So what do you think? Is forgiveness as simple as letting go, or does it take more? Is family about blood, or about who shows up when you need them? Tell me, where do you draw the line between chasing your dreams and holding on to the people you love? I really want to know your thoughts, because in the end, it's these messy, beautiful second chances that make life worth living.